Good afternoon, everyone. You are listening to Bridging the Divide with your host, Jerome Grant III of Make Plain Jesus Ministries. This series is aimed at revealing those ways in which our secular lives intersect with our spiritual lives. It can be difficult to navigate through this journey called life, but it is our hope that by following along with us, we will be able to make progress together. Families. The human race couldn't exist without them. But a lot of the focus today in the United States doesn't seem supportive of true family relationships. Jobs demand more and more of our time, and we as a culture subscribe to individualism, or the us versus them mentality. While that last instance may not directly impact our relationship with our own blood families, it does speak to the idea that we as a society seem to have limited empathy and become numb to the world around us. It's worth it to fight against the threats to family because aside from God, our families tend to be our lifeline of support in many ways. But if we fail to develop and appropriately acknowledge those relationships, we are essentially cutting off part of ourselves, which can lead to pain and heartache in the future. We are given our families for a reason, and while no family is perfect, families in the more typical sense support the development of each member. Some people may have a different experience with their family or may not know who members of their family are. For those who may fall under this category, family then begins to take a more inclusive meaning. It then encompasses those who become a part of your life and positively influence it without being directly related to you by blood. This more inclusive definition of family is what usually falls by the wayside in view of the traditional definition, but shouldn't be ignored. One key component of this more holistic definition of families is God himself, as he is the father to the fatherless. Psalm 68, verse 5 through 6 speaks on God's role as father in our lives and speaks of the comfort that we can feel even when we are lonely and perhaps without blood relationships, as long as we keep our faith in him and seek further development of that relationship through prayer, fasting, and biblical meditation. Now, for those who are blessed to have blood relatives that are close to them, be sure to encourage and fellowship with them, as the time that we have is not guaranteed. Whether we have close blood relatives or not, we can all take heart in the comfort that God offers us, as well as heed his call for us to love others as members of this inclusive spiritual family, which allows us to develop intense, meaningful relationships with our fellow man. If you enjoyed this episode of Bridging the Divide, tell a friend and join us for the next part of this series. Even better, we would love to see you at 107 Mountain Road, Suites F and G in Pasadena, Maryland for our regular Sunday service at 10 a.m. or for our life classes on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Take that life-changing first step today and grow with us. If you would like further information about our ministry, please visit us at makeplainjesus.org. You can also contact us directly via our church email, which is contactus@makeplainjesus.org. We hope to see you soon.